Hi, I'm Garry Cleeve, and along with my partner Garry, we run a 20-acre property here, breeding, raising and racing greyhounds. We sort of do it all. These pups out here are hopefully champions of the future, sort of copying everything that No Keeper went through in his career. Same paddocks, same free galloping, same feeding, so hopefully we've got the formula right.
To the corner comes No Keeper. He's still a danger. Gold Star Carlito, and there's a gap away to Raja Bale. No Keeper, oh, he lifts like the champ he is, and he's back.
Yeah, well, if you look at No Keeper's litter, he's by far the standout. You know, his race record, he's sort of won 44 races out of nearly 90 starts, so sort of a 50% ratio. So he'll always have a special place in his heart, and you sort of get as big a thrill out of his litter mates that aren't as good. We were sort of fortunate enough that there were a couple of others that sort of performed pretty good, but yeah, no, it's a pretty strong bond between an owner and his dog. Kev, up. Oh boy. Right in. Yeah, boy. Yeah, so just certain areas on dogs that we treat on a regular basis is sort of the hips, the whip muscles. It's just good for blood flow, tissue repair. With a dog like Kevy, you're sort of always wanting to be at 100%, so just regular maintenance. The diet of a racing greyhound is pretty boring. It's generally the same food on a daily basis. So any sort of treat like a hamburger or a bit of cheese, or they do appreciate. The theory I sort of work on is work and reward. Like when we gallop the dogs, they do their gallop and then they're given a treat of, you know, maybe a piece of sausage or cheese as they go back to bed. All the race dogs, to make the race day experience more fun and enjoyable, all get a double cheeseburger on the way home. And you know, they don't get out of the van until they get their cheeseburger. They know what's coming and they really enjoy it. So yeah, work and reward, and a lot of playtime with the young ones, you know, that's what it's all about. My drag system's a wee bit, well, I copied it from Australia, but yeah, most drag systems that most people use, it's either you'd have a motor down the other end that just winds the string in. So if you have a dog that's a wee bit shy and doesn't want to chase, the lure's disappeared into the distance. With this one I can sort of bring backwards and forwards by pedaling on the bike. So just by pedaling on the bike, I can go that way and then I can bring it back. I can sort of go fast, I can go slow. Like when we work Kev, he'll just basically go out and be let off on the track there, you know, does the miles all by himself. You sort of get excited having their first start. You sort of like to think there might be a bit of a reward and a bet on the TAB or something, but yeah, sadly he got beat in his first start, but came back and won the second. Yeah, it's just his toughness and his desire to win, really. Yeah, he knows what he's doing when he goes to the races, and he does it very, very well.
No Keeper, he comes up on the outside of Rogue, who kicks hard, and No Keeper completes a season of distance domination and gets the biggest prize of all.
The silver collar of last year was a race of mixed emotions. We went up for the heat, we drew well in the heat, and he jumped straight to the front and he raced away, and he set up a big winning margin, run good time, and the final looked his. In the actual final we didn't draw so good, he didn't get away as well as he needed to, and yeah, halfway through the race the emotions were, you know, come on fella, try and get some money. And he sort of progressed his way through the field, got into third, and I sort of thought, well, some prize money's pretty safe now, and got into second, and then turning for home sort of unleashed this big burst to get up and win. And that was the really emotional part. I've been involved in the sport for 40 years, and I'd never sort of won what I consider one of the big three races, the Silver Collar, the Auckland Cup, or the New Zealand Cup. And although I'd sort of placed in all those races, I'd never actually won one. So when No Keeper sort of did the job, it was really, really emotional.
To get up and win, just a dream come true. These are the special dogs that sort of make the effort, and just really keep you going. This is what we sort of strive to, the crosses that you sort of map out on paper, and to finally sort of have one come into fruition where I can sort of win a race like this for all the family. Yeah, a little bit emotional.
Go and enjoy it, Garry. You deserve it, and so does
Yeah,
he.
I suppose you race crazy hours, and you'll finish at Addington on a Thursday night at 9 o'clock at night, and you haven't had tea. You've sort of been busy doing the dogs all night, and you'll grab some form of takeaways on the way home, and when Kevy's sort of gone out and done the business for you, it's sort of hard not to share something with him. So even the young dogs that go to trials, just to make the experience of travelling in the trailer or the van that little bit more enjoyable, a treat at the end. So.